you know some things about very specific, certain video games.
Yeah, I have a very tight knowledge of... Oh, God. I'm learning an awful lot about Silksong.
Are you actually? Are you going deep on the lore for Silksong?
I want to. I'm trying to get more out of it. I love Silksong. I just wish it loved me back.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm in Act 3, and I got myself onto the Mr. Mushroom quest, and I want to see it all the way through. And I'm currently at the very last step to finish it, which requires an awful lot of platforming. And I have learned that I am a much older person than I have ever been ever before. My hand gets cramped up so hard now doing this stuff. Like, it's just like the constant jumping and the holding and the everything else. And I was playing the other night. I got to a safe place to stand with before just the last thing that you have to do to get up there. And I was just like, okay, I've got full silk, I've got full health. I'm pausing the game and I'm just like looking away from it for like 20 minutes. And I put my arm on a pillow, and the moment I did, like just a big pillow, I just put my arm like flat on a pillow and just like isolate my wrist just like nice and neutral. And the moment I did, my forearm just started to throb. And I was like, oh, good, I got it in time.
Oh, boy.
And I find for games like that, there's definitely a skill sort of curve. There's the like getting better and better at the game, and then hand cramping down, cramping up, sending the different back. But
I really thought that I would be in a position of like, that's fine, then take a break and come back. And I'm like, yeah, after 10 minutes. And so I was like, okay, everything's better now, feels a bit better, let's just give it one more go. I almost got to where I needed to be and then didn't, because that's how it always works, right?
Yep.
And died and ended up back in the bench. And then at that point, Heather was already in the room, and I was like, you know what? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to put it down. I did not pivot to the other thing I was going to yell at the TV, but I was like, okay, let's just call that a night, and I'm not going to play any more of that. So. But it does mean that now I have a chin-up bar, and I'm using that. I'm hanging from that every day, like usually 2 or 3 times a day. And I am noticing that is helping me get stronger overall. And I'm like, I'm going to have to keep doing this a lot more, too, because maybe it'll actually strengthen all this. I'll be able
You're
to
training for Silksong.
I got to do all the traversal and all the exploration stuff so that I can line up about 7 or 8 really big fights so I can puss out on all those, too. That game is so hard. Anyway. I want to finish it so that I can go play Yakuza. That's my reward. Not only just finishing the game, but actually getting to play a different game.
You have a one game at a time rule as well?
Kind of do. Well, and I was staring down Yakuza, and I'm like, oh, when I played the first one, because they're just all now coming out on the Switch, I was just like, I could start playing Yakuza 0 right now just as a break, and I was like, that's not a break. That's like a 60-hour, 80-hour devotion to something else. And I'm like, it would be easier, but also then you're going to lose all your hand-eye for Silksong. And I'm like,
and you forget what you were doing or
Yep.
where you were supposed to go.
well, especially in you got the Metroidvania sort of exploration stuff, and you have to sort of remember where everything was.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do. I've never played it. I just watched like different and like it's such a maze. They're like, oh yeah, that was over here. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot keep track of it.
I really appreciate some of the quality of life stuff like some of the new Metroid games have put in, like Dread, where it's like, oh, you can just see on the map, oh, these are the things that I have the thing I need for now.
Yeah.
Like, great, I know where to go look.
I love that in a lot of games where they'll... I think Metroid has done this too, where it's like they'll put a little dot in the room if there's a thing that you can get there, but that you haven't picked up yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's like, to me, is just like, that's the kind of thing that if I was really in that world and I'm like, oh, that's a thing I want, and I'm making an auto map in my computer, I should make a note of the fact that I want to come back here and get that again, you know?
And some of the games have, you can put a marker or whatever, but they're always cryptic.
Yeah.
You don't remember. That was one of my problems with the original Hollow Knight, is the map was not good.
Well, and you even showing where you are on the map was a...
It was a notch. Yeah.
It was a thing you had to carry, yeah.
But just like, even just the vendors had their own little, like, symbol that didn't really tell you exactly what the vendor did. You're like, where do I upgrade my nail? That's all I want to know.
Yeah. I was playing the Prince of Persia Metroidvania one. what's it called?
Lost Crown?
Yeah, Lost Crown. The
Yep.
recent one that came out. Super good. I highly recommend it if you like that kind of a style of game. And that has a great. So not only can you put marks down, but you can actually hit a button that it embeds a screenshot of that
nice.
spot.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
you can take so you can like mark scenes, and so yeah, you can basically find your way back to wherever. So that helps a lot because yeah, I do have a bad memory for that kind of stuff, and so it's very very helpful to be like because it's like that's not the part of the game that's supposed to be hard.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not
It's
the
like-
challenge you're looking for in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, this isn't supposed to be like a memory game. This is supposed to be yeah.
I watched my partner play through Silksong, and I have never played a Metroidvania.
Oh.
It just is not super what I'm interested in. And you know, we hang out on the couch. She's playing Silksong, and I'm just like, honey, this is impenetrable. How do
Yeah.
you do anything?
I would not recommend that you start with that.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Yeah, but just because it's so beautiful, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that and Hollow Knight, like both of them were just like this is gorgeous game and everything, and it's like oh no, I can't do this.
And the
I have
gameplay
no
itself is
coordination.
really tight and really fluid, and it feels great and all that.
No.
And there's some pieces of the story that I saw that's like, oh, this is like emotionally affecting. This is very well done.
Yeah.
How do you do anything? Where do you go?
My chief complaint has really just because the boss fighting, like the combat, every time I beat a boss that I'm mad at, I still come out of it feeling like, yeah, but I didn't want to have to do this. Like I didn't, like I appreciate that I am doing this and that it is a whole thing, but it's, I guess because to my mind, it's, well, you bring up Metroid Dread.
Yeah.
And like, what I like about Metroid is that you do, I mean, in some games you start out strong and then you lose all your powers and then you have to build them all back up again.
Sure.
But
yeah.
at least I've always felt that by the time I hit like late game, like not 100% late game, but by the time I hit late game Metroid, I feel OP. Like I feel like I'm flying through things and I'm
Right.
killing things left, right, and center incredibly fast, and that I'm way more powerful than I was at the top of the game. And the game helps me believe that by the way that I'm fighting stuff. I never had problems with bosses in Dread. Never had problems like kind of getting around and doing whatever. Emmy scared the hell out of me, obviously, because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a thing you can't beat this thing. And I'm like, I believe it, and so you get scared, and that's kind of nice to have that back in the game. But I was just like, Silksong doesn't make me feel like I'm overpowered, despite the fact that I have all the silk upgrades I can get. I have 9 shields. I've got a level 4 needle. I've got like all these tools. I've got all this other stuff going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I don't feel like I'm strong enough to make it through a lot of this game.
Yeah, so Silksong and Hollow Knight both fall a lot more into the Dark Souls kind of.
Yeah,
Everything will kill you
Yeah.
if you make a mistake.
yeah,
Like it will just screw you up. The other thing that some Metroidvanias do that I'm not a huge fan of is they'll go back and like as you level up, they'll make the starting areas harder.
Yeah.
Like they'll
It's
add like the high level enemies in there and whatever. It's like no, I just wanted the chill part now.
yeah.
To get to relax while
Yeah.
I'm all powered up while I'm going back to the hard area.
Yeah.
RPGs that do that are annoying too. You know, that's like the like Oblivion and Fallout and stuff that like where they scale stuff
Yeah.
to your levels, and you know that's no fun. It's like the whole. It's like I want to go back to the earlier part and see how much more powerful. I
Yeah,
am.
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, you have this weird situation where like some random mook in the first area is now like one of the most powerful creatures in the entire world because you are one of the most powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you were studying blacksmithing, the Draugr were studying the blade. Yeah.
There's definitely, and there's a lot of like, I mean, when playing like Tears of the Kingdom or something as an example, it's like Link doesn't ever really get stronger. He just gets able to like kind of deal with more crap.
Right.
And like his weapons can get stronger. There is that too, but it's also like, you know, when you're going into a dangerous situation in that game, you can really feel it, and it doesn't ever like you're gonna have to fight a Gleeok or whatever, right? Like that kind of thing. It's
Sure,
like, oh, big
yeah.
3-headed dragon that I got to fight at this point, and I'm gonna not do well at that, and I'm scared. But at the same time, I'm also like, but I have a backpack full of an infinite amount of healing items. and-
That's why the Zelda games, yeah, they really really lower how bad it can be. So long as you have enough hearts to survive one hit,
Yeah.
you can pause and go back to full health anytime you want.
Yeah.
So it pulls out a lot of that kind of threat,
Yeah.
I guess.
The number of fights we were just like,
Yeah.
I just go in with like a dozen like of the highest replacement whatevers that I can get, and it's like I actually did that one in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like, okay, time to go.
I got through the fight, but I'm so fat.
I gotta go fight Ganon for reals now. Like I gotta go down there and do that. I'm like, I'm gonna fill my inventory. I'm gonna have like 12 different things that are full hearts, with temporary hearts and everything else. I think I ate one of them, and I was like, oh, I actually just did get good at this game. Like I actually learned how to deal with this.
The Ganon fight's a little bit mean though, because it does the gloom thing to you during the fights. It's like, I had so many healing items that now my max health is low.
Yeah.
But yeah, difficulty curves, really interesting. Dark Souls tends to go, like, at the beginning everything is really, really hard.
Right.
And then your build kind of coalesces, and things get easy in the middle for a while, because it's like your character's starting to do the thing that you wanted it to do.
Okay.
And then it gets hard again.
Boom! 1! Look at that.
Sick.
First point of the run.
First point.
First point of the run. Oh wow, yeah, you're right. Oh my, right. They were supposed to have gotten it. Okay.
I think that's the first time I've gotten the first point.
Congratulations.
Well,
Congratulations.
Right. So build is coalescing.
Yeah.
Feeling very powerful.
Yeah, you start getting power. It's like, okay, I can handle stuff, and then you start running into like the end game bosses and things that become very hard.
Okay.
And I think a lot of games kind of follow that pattern, and it's what the developers do to try and even that out, so it's not too easy in the middle part. That sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
Right. I mean, you want to give people like interesting experiences and stuff too. And
Yeah.
I mean, Heather told me as well, because Heather's so good, and she finished that. She 100%ed that game. She 100% Silksong and was just like, okay, so I did that, and I went back and I beat the game again, so I can actually have the screen that says 100% with the time it took me. I'm like, yes, because you're a sicko. And
She's like, what? Like it's hard?
God, I love her so much. She's so great. And and she's on Hades too. And I'm like, that's going to be an obsession for a while, I'm sure. But like,
Hades 2 is great because you can you can make it as hard as you want it to.
yes. And that was her back with Hades, where she's like, oh, I'm on 16 heat. I'm on 24 heat. I'm like, you're what? I'm on doing that. I don't know what that means, honey. I haven't finished the game yet. And she's like, oh, you'll find out.
All the hype about Hades 2 made me remember that I never actually beat Hades, so that's what I'm playing lately.
Oh, good.
I finally made it out of the underworld in Hades for the first time, a couple weeks ago.
That's
nice.
fantastic. Good for you. I just like the oh God, where was I on that whole? I had a whole thing about Heather being really good at the game and being like, I want to talk to you about it, but also like, I don't want to tell you anything because you don't want to spoil things for you. And but she'd come into the room and watch me play and stuff, and she would tell me, she's like, you are being too aggressive. It's like, you are being way too aggressive. Or on like a certain fight, she's like, you could stand to be a little more aggressive on that fight, but still, you should. What are you doing? And when she finally this is like earlier on. Oh, great.
Hey.
Awesome. And that was the thing. It's like, you need to change your play style. And I'm like, I thought I had. And clearly I hadn't, and realizing that it's like, oh, maybe what I should be doing is I should just walk into a boss fight and be like, okay, I'm going to do nothing but dodge. I'm not going to try to land a hit. I'm going to just do nothing but dodge and learn all the patterns and learn everything else and just stay here for a period of time. And I tried doing that, but I get so tired that then eventually it's like, I am trying to put in hits. I am trying to get through this thing. And then I panic and I'm like, okay, you know what? A random bullshit go. It's just like I'm going to throw at all my poison cog flies to help me, and I'm going to throw poison pins, and I'm just going to kind of freak out, and it's like, and then you die. It's like, yeah, that's a bad look. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, the hard games like that, the Souls-likes and all that sort of stuff, you can't race the boss. Right?
Yeah.
You can never race the boss. So that was exactly the same thing. That was some of the best advice I got, was don't even worry about hitting them.
Yeah.
For the first bit, and then you figure out, okay, I can get one hit in here, because it always happens, right? And then you get the boss down to like that much health, and then you try and get that one extra hit in, because like, I'm gonna be dead, and then you die.
Yeah.
Or the other thing that is annoying is when you're getting, when you get the crap kicked out of you.
Yeah.
And you're down to like one hit or two hits, and then you stay at that. It suddenly your playing gets way better, and you can actually stay at like not getting you don't get hit for like 10 minutes. And you're like, why couldn't I play like this when I had a bunch of life?
Yeah. It's like it means more now. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of Hades too. What I was using for a good portion of my sleep reconfiguration this past week. It was some late night Hades 2 playing, and it's the thing about Hades and Hades 2, the thing that I really liked that they've got the like God mode or God sent or whatever it is, the thing where it's basically you can turn it on and it's every time you die
It makes you a little bit stronger.
you come back with like 2% more. It doesn't even I don't think it makes you stronger. It gives you better defense,
Okay.
like 2% better defense, and
You suffer a little less damage.
so you
anytime
suffer a little
hit.
bit less damage. So it basically just gives you. It's like you are getting better at the game
Yeah.
just through you playing the game.
Yeah.
And you're getting better at the game through some of the like upgrades that you unlock. But then this kind of gives it sort of is like just like a little bit of a gives you a little extra juice
Yeah.
on the skill that you're already gaining. It just gives you a little bit makes it feel like you're making progress sort of faster.
Yeah.
And for me anyway, it kind of hits that sweet spot of like I'm making progress fast enough that I don't get bored.
Yes.
I guess a couple percent isn't the same as the demeaning experience of the games that are like, looks like you're having trouble. Do you want to turn the difficulty down?
Yeah.
It's just very subtly nudging you into doing better.
I have to say though, has anybody here played Yakuza Kiwami? Okay. So the entire game is a third person running around and like playing mahjong and racing slot cars, and there's some real Yakuza stuff going on too, but you're doing a lot of these side stories and stuff.
Isn't that all the Yakuza do?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just 100%.
My understanding.
98% side stories, and then like 2% punching guys in the face. And really, it isn't. It's like the game is heavy a lot about beating dudes up a lot, because you'll just be running along. It's like random encounter. These guys show up, and now you have to beat the crap out of them, and then they give you money when you beat them up. So I'm like, lovely. I love this. But there is a point late in the game, like chapter 11, chapter 10, chapter 11, whatever it is. It's like, oh, this thing has happened, and now we have to go from X place to Y place, and so you do, but on the way back, after standing and fighting and whatever, this is again fairly late in the game, 3/4 of the way through the game. Oh, now we're going to give you a pistol, and you're going to be riding in a gun. In a car. Not a gun. What the hell, Beej? You're riding in a car. You've got this like revolver, and there are guys who are on semis shooting rockets at you. And so what you're going to do is cars upon cars are going to be driving up, and they're going to be shooting at the car, and then you're going to like either hide in the car, which has a limited health bar,
Right.
or you're going to pop out and you have a limited health bar, and you're going to have to like cursor them on screen and then shoot them while they're up, while the car is like moving around and while everything's bumping around and stuff. And you're going to have to do that until you finish this part. And you'll have to die over and over and over
like
while trying to do this brand new thing that we've never done before.
All my practice doing karaoke has not
Yes.
not equipped me for this.
And I'm like, all the other combat in the game and everything else that you're doing, this has never come up before. It's never been a thing. You never get a chance to practice. You never get anything to do. And it's all joystick driven. So it's not like you can't mouse over to stuff really fast. I'm just like, what are we doing? And I died enough times doing it that the game said, would you like to lower your difficulty level to... And I'm like, yes! The bottom, I don't care. Like, lower, because I put it on normal, because it's like, oh, this is the one that everybody plays when you play the game, and the easy one is story mode. It's like, you just want to enjoy the story. And then the one above it is like, if you really want a challenge, I'm like, yeah, I don't. I just want to play normal mode. But then it was like, this sucks. I'm like, yeah, you want to play in easy mode? Yes. And then I still died on that multiple times. But at least I finally got through it, because I kind of figured out... I was, after dying so many times, it's like, oh, I feel like I have a better idea of what I should be doing, and I should be sometimes letting the car tank a rocket or whatever, and because it's not going to just blow up right away. And I was just like, But that's, to me, that's bad game design. You didn't give me a chance to encounter even a easier version of this, or even like a arcade game version of this or something in the local arcades, and then realize, oh, now I'm doing it for real.
Right.
You didn't give me a chance to actually get to know this as a control structure. You just basically said, now you do this. And I'm like, fun idea, bad execution.
Bad if you're locked into, now you have to do this to do anything.
Because if they had said, and we know you're having a hard time, would you like to skip to the end? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I don't even care. It does not matter to me if I play this or not.
I've also had almost the opposite experience with the Forza racing games.
Oh, yeah?
Because what they'll do is, if you win a number of races in a row, they'll say, and the message that comes up is like, oh, you're winning easily. Would you like to increase the difficulty to whatever? And it's like, no, thank you. I'm just barely winning.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, oh, yeah, no, just stick it up to pro difficulty, no problem. And then you're like, okay, fine, sure, let's try it. And then you get demolished.
Right.
I don't want to be challenged.
I would like to win. Well, I want to be challenged, but I want to win.
Yeah.
That's how you progress the game.
That's true, yeah.
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 It's like in real life, yeah, if I'm racing a car in real life, I'm perfectly happy to come in, top 3. That's fine.
Yeah.
But in the game, you kind of have to win.